Alright, I noticed one of my videos, or a couple of my videos that went viral in my thing, was the ones where I explained how to get to certain levels. So I'm going to continue on with that line from here on out. One of the things I want to touch on is, as a youngster, learning a move that you can get to. So your go-to move. I have a friend, Abdul, who, when we were younger, his go-to was a right-hand layup. And he didn't have a cross or a jump shot at the time, but he would go right and he can have this hook shot or hook layup. And that was his go-to for you to know. As he started to develop and get older and get taller, he started to fake that and then I think went like laid it up on the other side or some shit. And then he developed a jump shot. Then he developed more of an understanding for the game. Why I say that is, at a young age or at the beginning, learn a move that you can go to get a bucket every time. So for me personally, it was a mid-range. I couldn't do that when I was younger, but I practiced layups. I used to try and get to the rim all the time. That was just my mindset. I was more athletic when I was younger. Now I'm a sloth. But at some age, I think I was like, it must have been a couple years into playing basketball, so I must have been like 18 at this time, which is old, yeah. I realized, man, I got to be able to go both ways. If I didn't have a left hand, what the fuck am I doing? So I learned how to dribble with my left hand, or just understood how to feel the feeling of dribbling with both sides. And I understood that if I couldn't finish with one way, I was gonna get trapped when I went to higher levels. I don't know why I thought that way, but I did think that way, and I've benefited it since I was younger, since beginning. So with that being said, as a youngster, I want to say, like, if you're starting at maybe like 10, 11, 12, if you're starting late, like 18, 19, 20, sorry, you can practice this all you want. You're not going to go to the NBA, but for these young dudes, go find a move that for some reason just always falls for you. Even if it's like a fucking fading to your left side, sorry for swearing, even if you're fading to your left side and just shooting that edge, and it just seems to always drop, or it has a high percentage of dropping than it doesn't. Practice that, get used to that move, so you know if you need a bucket, if you need a point, you can go to there. And then eventually, once you get to higher levels, they're going to start guarding that, or that's your tendency to go to that spot. So like now at the moment, I'm trying to develop this like left 45 3, and that was never in my game, but it just feels comfortable. If I wanted to shoot a 3, which that's not my game, I used to shoot this like fading right side corner 3. Not my game either, but I used to like it. It felt comfortable. If I played at a younger age, I probably would have fell in love with those two spots, as well as the mid-range and then a right hand drive or a left hand finish. I think those would have been like my 5 spots to get buckets if I went to the higher level. So figure out your go-to, and then figure out other spots or other moves that feel comfortable. I know I have one friend it's a reverse layup, and then now it's a pump fake and a middle like mid-range fade inside 10 foot from the ring spot. That's okay, but the only problem is once you start to verse like 7-footers, that shit's swatted. So figure out your go-to, and then moves or spots that you can get comfortable with, work on each side, and that'll help you go further in the game. Trust me.